So we start the main card off with the featherweights. Yes, we have got Lucas Almeida against Michael Aswell, which is a very interesting fight. Okay, so the Texas kid, Michael Aswell, he is 25, 5'8", 69-inch reach. He's got a 10-3 record overall. He is 0-1 in the UFC. He did also try the contender in 2024, but that didn't go well, right? So he got I think he got a late replacement call up in May, which got him into the UFC, right? But that he lost that fight to Bolaji Oke. That was a decision loss, right? Looking at his career, right? He does lose a few split decisions, you know. Yeah, he's had a few stoppages, but I think the majority of his fights go to a decision. It does look like as the competition gets tougher, right? That's when things don't go as well for him. But yeah, this will be the big test. You know what I mean? This will definitely be the big test to see where he stands on things as he goes up against Lucas Almeida. He is 34, 5'11", 71-inch reach, right? A 15-4 overall record. He is also coming in off a loss. He is 2-3 in the UFC. He also tried a contender in 2021, and that didn't go well for him. So his last fight was against Danny Silva. That was March this year. He missed weight, right, and he lost a split decision. Before that, he beat Timmy Kaumba via decision. That was in June 2024. He lost to Andre Feely, first round knockout. That was December 2023. Lost to Pat Sabatini, second round arm triangle in June 23. His UFC debut was a third round stoppage of Michael Trezano. That was June 2022. Got fight of the night as well. You know, his contender series fight was against Daniel Zellhuber, right? Lost a decision, but Daniel Zellhuber is a beast, you know what I mean? Now, outside of the UFC, yeah, he got a spectacular flying knee, right, before his contender series fight. He's had a few... he's got a good few submissions and a good few stoppages. He's also had that tougher competition, right? And I think that's the big thing, because as well, he, as I said, as he moves up, that's when he kind of loses. And I think Almeida does kind of present that tougher competition, and I think this is Almeida's fight to win. We are sticking with the featherweights as we go Ricardo Ramos against Kaan Ofli, right? So we have got Genghis Kaan Ofli. Right, he is 32, 5'7", 66-inch reach. Right, he's got 11-4-1 record. He's coming off 2 losses, and those are his 2 UFC fights. So he last fought in February this year. He lost to Mohamed Naimov via decision. Before that, right, he lost to Marion Santos, who I do believe was one of the last Ultimate Fighter winners. That was a second round stoppage in August 2024. Okay, yes, that was the Ultimate. The Santos fight was the finale of the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, I did ring a bell, right? Okay, so before the Ultimate Fighter, he submissions were the kind of main way he was winning a fight, right? There'd be some decisions, but it was mainly subs. He had 1 stoppage, TKO, but yeah, he's mainly a sub and a variety of, right, guillotines, rear nakeds, bulldog choke, right? So he does have that. Now, Ofli is going up against Caracana Ricardo Ramos. All right, Ramos is 35'9", 72-inch reach. He has got a 17-7 record, and he's coming in off of a single loss. All right, so he trains out of Alpha Male. He's 8-6 in the UFC. So last time out, right, he fought in March this year, lost to Chepi Macascal, but Chepi is a beast, right? I think he's been unbeaten in a while as well, Mariscal. So yeah, no shame in that. Before that, he beat Josh Calabao. That was August 2024. And that was breaking a losing streak where he lost to Julian Arosa and Charles Jourdain. Both via guillotine in the first round as well. He made his UFC debut in June 2022, beat Danny Chavez first round stoppage. Oh, no, my bad. That wasn't his UFC debut. Right. Where is his... Right, his UFC debut is actually February 2027. 2017, 2027. He made a debut in the future. Huh. He beat Mikanori Tanka via decision. Right? And because he started well, actually. Right? Won his first 3 fights, and the second fight was a spectacular spinning elbow on Ayman Zahabi. I believe that was at Madison Square Garden, right? So that was on a pay-per-view. That was because Zahabi was doing so well in that fight, and he just got caught in the 3rd round. It was brutal. But yes, won the first 3. Then he lost to Saad Nurmagomedov. Beat Journey Newsom, Eduardo Garaneri. Then he lost to Laurent Murphy. Beat Billy Algero. Then Zubarai Tukarev beat him. So it has been a bit up and down after that initial surge. Right? So there is that. But he is fighting. I think, again, like the last fight, it's the quality of the opposition. And he has fought a higher quality of opposition than Ofli. So I do think that going, like, after fighting all of those animals, right, Kaan isn't gonna be as hard a test. So I'm taking Ramos for the win. So we then jump up, right? It's our second and last heavyweight clash on the card. It is Jhonata Diniz against Mário Pinto. So, Mário Pinto, right? He's 27, 6'5", 79-inch reach. He's got a 10-0 record, right? Unbeaten at the moment. And he does fight out of London, right? Fight Zone London. He came via the Contender Series, right? And he won his debut. So he was on the Contender in October 2024. First round stoppage over Lucas Camacho. And then he stopped Austin Lane March this year. Second round knockout. Right? So, before that, right, outside the UFC, he does actually have a submission, right? Which is always impressive when heavyweights have good subs, So yeah, he got a rear naked choke, but that was all the way back 2022. Now after that, it's kind of either going a decision or knocking dudes out, right? So Pinto goes up against Jhonata Diniz, right, who's 34, 6'4", 79.5-inch reach. He's got a 9-1 overall record. He's coming in off of a win, right? He is 3-1 in the UFC. He also came via the Contender Series. So last time out, he beat Alvin Hines, right? It was that crazy fight. I think he knocked Hines down, like 4 times or something crazy. But Hines just kept on getting up and coming for. He was gassed in the third. I think they both were kind of gassed in the third. But yeah, he was outclassing Hines, though I think he got caught once. But then Hines did pop, right, for steroids. So, yeah, there was that. So before that Hines fight, he lost to Marcin Tybura, right? It was a doctor's stoppage, though, at the end of the second. That was November 2024. He was on the Contender Series September 2023. First round stoppage over Eduardo Neves. Then he also beat Austin Lane, right? Second round knockout. And he beat Carl Williams, right? So won the first 2, lost to Tabora, and then he got back onto a win. So, I mean, he's competed in kickboxing. He's got a good number of knockouts, right? He does, have an extensive kickboxing record. So, you'd imagine he's got very good kicks, right? And he's fought like some of the top kickboxers, Rico Verhoeven, Hedi Geges, right? He's fought good kickboxers. So he does bring that different kind of skill set to the game. And, like with our other, the other fights on the main card, it is about strength of opposition, right? And when you break it all down, the knees just has that stronger opposition that he has faced, right? He's only lost once, so, there's not much in that. And, yeah, he's also knocking people out, right? I think he's probably got more stoppages than Pinto. So, I think I'm taking Diniz for the win. So our last fight on the main card, right? I feel our featured bout that takes us to that last two. We jump to the we drop down to the welterweights, people. We have Vicente Luque against Joel Álvarez, which, that's a good fight, right? That is a good fight. So, let's take a look, right? So, Joel El Fenomeno Álvarez, right? He is 32, 6'3", 77-inch reach. He has a 22-3 record, and he is currently on a 3-fight winning streak, right? He is 7-2 in the UFC. So last time out, he beat Drakkar close. First round stoppage, that was December 2024. He stopped Elvis Brenner in the third round, August 2024. And he choked out Mark Ducasse, right, in the second round of July 2023. So his sole loss in the... no, my bad. The second of his losses in the UFC was against Arman Tarazukan, right? That was February 2022. He beat Thiago Moyes, but he did miss weight for that one, right? He's missed weight a couple of times, but in the last few, right, he's been all right. So it looks like he's got that under control. He made his UFC debut back in February 2019. He lost to Damar Ismagulov. But yeah, then he won his next 4 fights, right? Which is good. He's got guillotines, arm bars, as I say, DOS, right? So he's got a variety of subs. And when you look at his career outside the UFC, triangle, DOS, right? Guillotines. So a good number of submissions, right? As well as those knockouts. So definitely well skilled. And you need to be, right? You need to be well skilled when you're going up against the silent assassin, Vicente Luque. Now, Vicente, right, he's had the longer career, but he's only a year older, right? He's 33, 5'11", 76-inch reach. So there's only an inch difference on the reach as well. Vicente has an overall record of 23, 11, and 1. He's coming into this off of a loss, right? He's 16 and 7 in the UFC. So last time out, he got caught by an anaconda. That was June 2025 this year by Kevin Holland. And the crazy thing is, right, he won by anaconda in the fight before, right? He caught Tembe Garumbo, right? And that was after Garumbo had been on a good winning streak, right? Came in mad confident, shot straight away in the first round, and Luque caught him in a anaconda choke. But, yeah, I mean, Vicente has fought such great competition, right? Holland, he fought Buckley. I mean, Rafael dos Santos, Jeff Neal, Bilal Muhammad, Michael Chiesa, Tyrone Woodley, Randy Brown, Nico Price, right? Stephen Thompson, Mike Perry. Just crazy good competition. Fought Leon Edwards back in the day. Yeah, you know, he made his UFC debut off of The Ultimate Fighter. You know what? I had forgotten Vicente came via The Ultimate Fighter. Completely forgot that, right? He didn't make it to the final, but he made his debut on the, the end show, as it were. He lost to Mike Graves. That was July 2015. Whew. But interestingly enough, right, the guy that beat him on The Ultimate Fighter, Haider Hassan, he fought him in the UFC in his second fight and won by first round stoppage, Anaconda. So, yeah, he got his revenge. And I think that's Luque, right? We know he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, right? So he's got those skills. He's also stopped people, right? In their first fight, he knocked out Bilal Muhammad, you know? So, yeah, he does have those. Knocked out Jalen Turner, right? Ryan Barbarossa. Yeah, so he's got all of those skills. He's just 33, but he is old in fight terms. He's been in some wars. Lupe's been in some wars. And there's been a few fights of late where he has looked really flat. You know, like the Buckley fight was very odd. He was very flat in that fight. Now, he then rebounded with that quick win over Ferembe. But as I said, that was so quick that we don't really know how he would have been as that fight went on. Because against Holland, again, he was a bit flat, right? So I think that Álvarez, although there is just a year in it, he is maybe the fresher of the two. And I think where Luque is on his way down, Álvarez is on his way up. You know what I mean? So I am taking Joel El Phenomenal Álvarez to grab that win and lead us in to our last two fights.